guys, welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time tuning in, my name is Buhle Mayatula and I hope you stay, enjoy, and please do not forget to subscribe. So today we're having another installment of the mental health journey, and this one's a bit different. I wasn't planning for it, but I felt, you know what, let's share. As some of you might know, yesterday, the 10th of October, was World Mental Health Day, and I guess it's a day to raise an awareness and destigmatize mental health. And I thought that was very interesting that the thing I'm about to share is happening right after this day that is meant to do all of this. And I hope you guys, yeah. If you know me, if you've been following me on all my social media platforms for the last couple of years, so let's say since 2016, you have been aware that I've been quite vocal about my challenges or dealing with my mental illnesses and just how that journey's been going. And I've been also quite open on this platform about how I've been navigating that space or that world. So I just wanted to give a bit of background in terms of things that I've experienced and that relate to me being aware of my mental health. I feel that over the last few years, there's obviously been an improvement in my life. There's been progress, even though unintentional in the beginning. Like, I have been off medication since 2018, and that was mostly circumstantial more than, hey girl, you good? And eventually I just never really went back. And it was hard. I don't want to lie and say it wasn't. It was really hard raw dogging life. But here we are. And I think during that period or during the last few years, I have adapted ways or become so self-aware of myself that I have navigated, dealing with my mental health better. And this is not to say do opt out or don't go back. Like, absolutely, all the external reinforcements that help you navigate your mental health better are required, and I still advocate for them fully. Right. I just want to share my experience with being honest with my mental health and how it's impacted my life in a way that I guess I wasn't prepared for. Most especially in a world where I've been told that we are destigmatizing mental health and we're growing and becoming better or whatever. I don't know, but in my head, the things that I'm dealing with are far from the reality of like this mental health awareness and whatever that all these companies and everyone is kind of advocating for are very far removed from the reality. Or maybe it's just me, but let me vent. I remember during one of my recruitment processes, I was open about my mental health, and it resulted in me having a longer recruitment process. And I was aware that it had to do with my mental health, and of course, having worked for the company and seen the recruitment process from inside, I can tell you for sure I had a much longer recruitment process. I had 2 interviews, the psych test, and on top of the psych test, I had to meet with a doctor to kind of like sign me off and say, yeah, you will be able to cope with the pressures that this industry has. So sharing my mental health in that instance, of course they put it or wrapped it in a way to say that they're protecting me from the industry, and that's why they had to just double check, triple check that I'm grand and that I'm willing or able to work in the space. And that's one of the ways that sharing my mental health kind of almost lost me a job, right? Fast forward to today, I received a call that my disability cover application was declined. And so, to be quite honest, this is the 3rd time this kind of thing has happened in terms of insurance. So the first time was straight after graduation. There was an insurance company that was recruiting all of us who had just graduated, and after finding out that I was on medication and where I was with my mental health, I was declined. They rejected my application on that basis. Earlier this year, I decided, I wasn't stressed then because I had just finished school, so I was like, it's a bit of a rush, this whole situation. But this year, I decided I need to be an adult, so I was sorting out all my adult stuff, including life cover and disability insurance. And the first company wanted to speak to my psychiatrist, I guess, again, to confirm Gucci is this girl grand. And after struggling to get a hold of my psychiatrist, that application got declined, and now I've paused for a while, and 2 months, a month ago, I decided, okay, I'm going to sort this out again. So I went to another insurance company, and this time I gathered the grace or the strength to navigate the whole thing and to call whoever I needed to call or meet the doctor myself. And I went to my old psychiatrist. I don't even know. So with this third application, again, I was quite honest about my mental health, to the point where I even shared that if they would like to speak to my doctor, or my previous doctor, because this person is not my doctor anymore, if they would like to speak to the person who diagnosed me, that they'll have to do the legwork for that. I genuinely don't have the space or the time to run after someone for something from 5 years ago. Okay, cool. Eventually, when they heard that I previously struggled to run through this application process, they were like, okay, you're just gonna have to write a declaration about your mental health journey. Cool. Wrote a declaration about my mental health, when I was diagnosed, what I was diagnosed with, when I was on medication, when I stopped. And even after that, they were like, oh, okay, thank you, but we're gonna need to see your doctor. So I was just like, what was the point? And eventually they set up the appointment. Again, this was something I was like, if you're gonna want that, you're gonna sort it out. So they even struggled to get a hold of the doctor and to sort out this appointment and to do the things that they needed to do. But eventually we got the appointment, and I saw my doctor, who obviously did not remember who the fuck I was. And we went through this form that these insurance companies have been asking her, because it's the second time she receives this letter. Went through the form, completed it, and sent it back. And then today I got the news that I was rejected. So that was last week. I went to the doctor last week Tuesday, and today I was finally rejected. And not on the basis of what my doctor said, or if my doctor said whatever, because I was there when she was filling out the form. It was on the specific diagnosis. So I'm just like at a weird point in terms of this honesty or this disclosure of your mental health status or whatever, because my experiences have kind of proved that it rarely works in your favor. And I'm battling with that now. I'm sharing my raw thoughts now. I haven't had time to consolidate my feelings and thoughts, and obviously I'm in between sharing, not sharing, because I've actually been quite quiet about my actual struggles with mental health because of things like this. And I'm just like, it really is discouraging to try and be, a living person, because if a diagnosis from 5 years ago is still going to dent my life today, do with that information what you will. Where am I in terms of my mental health and sharing it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've done a lot of work to dismantle the ideas that there's something wrong with me or whatever for so long, that when I encounter something like this, I do feel like I'm being pushed back. Like, all the work that I've done to remind myself that this is like any other illness, and I can still survive and I can still live. And also the work I've done to get to the point that I am where I don't want to die has been a lot for me to then still get slapped in the face with shit like this. So I'm at a point where it is what it is. It do what it do, and I'm not I'm not feeling any particular anymore. I'm not really like I was upset earlier, but now I'm just like, hey man, I don't know. But I hope we still continue to do the work to advocate for mental health. I hope everyone who's doing the work will continue to do the work and their work will not, fail anyone. I don't think I will change my approach towards sharing or being honest or disclosing my mental health because it's a bit too late now. But obviously, my experiences have made me reconsider how and where, and it's also felt like I've been lying to myself. Like, I've been so quiet about my mental health because of things like this. So I'm just like, actually, F it at this point. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for tuning in. If there's anyone else who's been here, like I really, really need some words. Cause yeah, if you've experienced any of this or something similar, where disclosing your mental health or someone finding out of your mental health has negatively impacted some part of your life in terms of work or insurance, please let me know like that I'm not alone or how you navigated that if you don't mind because I'm fogged at this point, quite fogged.